Thank you so much for watching this video. I wanted to talk to you about the equinox happening the 20th of March this year. We are finishing an astrological cycle. You know that every astrological year commences in April with Aries and finish in March with Pisces. So the equinox is very important because it feels like a shift. And for me, it reminds me like when you finish a school, you know that you celebrate that something has finished, you celebrate your achievements, but at the same time, you're getting prepared for the new. And that process of getting prepared for the new things happening uh, involves excitement, but at the same time a little bit of nervous and a little bit of not knowing what's gonna happen, but we try to get prepared for the new challenges. So equinox are for me a time, for me personally, to download kind of the guidelines for what's coming, all the content. It's like when I you sign up for different units in uni, and then that first class when you review all the content that you will see during the academic year. Well, for me it's similar, my personal process. Maybe for you it feels different, but this year is very special because Saturn is entering Pisces this week on the 8th of March, but we can already feel it. I feel it in my personal life, and I'm pretty sure you feel it in your life, and we see it in the world. Yes, this opportunity for anchoring in our 3D reality everything that we've been dreaming about in the fourth dimension, because the fourth dimension is that place when you bring that energy from the 5D that exists in a space of no space and no time frame, and then you start to moving it through your own universe, your own vehicles, where you start to translate it into ideas, into possibilities, and then you move it to the third dimension when you are focusing on the process of manifestation. So for me, Saturn in Pisces is coming to give us that extra push to manifest the things that we've been dreaming about back in 2011. I'm not going to explain in this video what's the connection between this moment that we live in right now with 2011, because then I should talk to you about the movements of Neptune and the movements of Jupiter. There were so many movements happening from 2011 to 2022 that now in 2023 we are kind of reviewing the dreams that we put out there in 2010, 2011, 2012, and now that things that look like dreams, look like something you dream about, you want, you speak up about what your desires are. And now is your time when you have the tools, the actual tools. The dreams didn't come true yet, but now they look possible, and they will commence to look every time more and more real, and we can bring it down to the matter, thinking them in this context of space and time. We see the process now. Saturn will show us the process, will show us, look, you have the tools, you have people to work with. Pluto is entering into Aquarius as well, so it will trigger that groups. These combinations of Saturn in Pisces and Pluto in Aquarius will show you that the things that you wanted to manifest involves a process, involves effort, involves planning, yes, involves teamwork. We are not catching up anymore with other like-minded people to for a philosophy, for dreaming together, talking about a better world. Now that groups will go through a transformation that could be painful for many, but it's a good thing, because that transformation will make you see the groups and any association like partners, family, colleagues, and stop creating groups planning to dream something different or complain about what exists. And now what we want is see the potential in each of the person involved in that group, the potential they have to associate with you and work together. And that won't be possible if you don't recognize, if you're not aware of who you are. If you cannot see your gift, how are you gonna show it to others? So what are the Atlantean crystals? The Atlantean crystals are tools. I'm not gonna explain in this video what the Atlantean crystals are, because otherwise I will make this too long, but to show you a little bit these symbols that I have here. So these symbols can be, we need to attune to them, and then after the attunement we can commence to work with them in the 4th dimension and the 5th dimension. There is a course that I offer to receive the attunement and learn to use them. But in this particular workshop, when I will be teaching you or sharing this information that I'm channeling, because this is not coming from me, but there are a group, a team of Ascended Masters and Spirit Guides assisting me, I will teach you about planetary nodes and how we can interact. So I will explain you about the planetary nodes and what they are and how these planetary nodes communicate with you, with your DNA, with the 12 layers of your DNA, and how works that connection and that communication between your DNA, the planetary nodes, and the collective consciousness. So basically, getting prepared before the equinox, understanding a little bit more what's the situation in energy terms of our planet right now, and what's your situation, where are you? Where are you? I mean, not exactly where in the world, but where in the path of your own self-realization. So in this email, because this video is in YouTube, but also I will put it in the email that I send to people every month in my newsletter. So in the newsletter, you will find more information about this course, this retreat. And if you need to make a decision of spending 1 day or 3 days, and you're like, well, how to make that decision? Do I need 1 day or I need 3 days? This workshop lasts for 1 day only, so I will share with you only 1 day, from 9 to 3:30, 3:40. We see how we go, or maybe 4 or maybe more. You know that I'm always keen to stay with you the time needed. However, the decision if 1 day or 3 days depends on you. If you feel like you need to stay in Margaret River for another day, integrating the information. connecting with like-minded people, connecting with land, meditating, maybe join a yoga class in town the next morning. It depends on you. I actually will spend more than 3 days, because for me 3 days are not enough. But this is me, because I'm a master. I teach things, I'm channeling things. So for me, I require more time for grounding and more time also for working on my vibratory frequency of my energy field. So think that when you receive an attunement to Atlantean crystals, for instance, archangels or Reiki, this is not something that someone gives you, like when you go to a fast food restaurant and you order your a meal and then you pay and you get it. You get what you pay for, right? Very quick. When you receive an attunement, doesn't work like that. What you are receiving is an opportunity for resonating with your own energy, with for instance, if it's a Arcturian codes, or if you are receiving an attunement for a Pleiadian vibrational key, or if you're receiving the attunement for Reiki level 1 or Reiki level 2, then you are working on your frequency to reach the frequency of that tool that you are receiving the attunement to be able to channel that information. And it requires a preparation process, and it requires a time for integration. Yes, that doesn't happen straight away. Not sure if people, other Reiki master will share this with the students. Maybe they don't even know it, but it's not that you become a healer from one day to another. You can, but perhaps it takes you 4 years, because you are very slowly tuning in with that frequency that you want to channel through your own vehicles. Yeah, so that's the reason as well why I make the Reiki courses longer than other people. I know very well that in business terms, sometimes it's more difficult for me to sell a course that takes 2 months. Yes, because people in the capitalism, they want things straight away. Yeah, people want to lose weight straight away. They want to become a professional straight away. I see it. I went to uni and I saw that a career that in the past will take you 5 years, now you can do it in 1 year. Yes, and I know that's more better for people because they're in a hurry. Yes, but on the other hand, if you go to a doctor or you go to a healer, you don't want that. You want someone who's experienced, right? Or if you jump in a plane, you fly somewhere, you expect the pilot having like several hours of practice. That's what you want, right? So I want the same. And that's why when I teach my students, I share with them what I learn and I tell them information specific for them. It takes time. Yeah. So, and takes time basically because their lifestyle is not matching the frequency they're receiving, because they may come for a session to learn something, but then come back to a life where, look, they're not monks in Tibet when they kind of spend the rest of the day meditating, connecting with nature. Yeah, so it will take longer, yes, in the modern life that we have. Yeah, talking about Reiki, I will be teaching Reiki level 1 and Reiki level 2 this March and April. So if you want to join that classes for these 2 months, I'm making level 1 and level 2 in 4 meetings, 4 classes. Reiki level 1 are 3 hours per class. I made them shorter, but once a week, so you have the time to integrate the attunement. And Reiki level 2 or Cosmic Consciousness Reiki level 2, another 4 classes, but 4 hours each. Every time the energy that I'm channeling for Reiki is more and more and more higher vibration. So that's why the students will need more time to digest and integrate the light codes. Yep. So if you want to learn about light codes, ascension, retreat, reset your mind, and recharge your body, remember your purpose, I invite you to register and join this beautiful retreat that I will be offering in Margarita. If you are not in Perth, you are somewhere else, I recommend you to look for other retreats, look for other activities, because if you are a light worker or a star seed, you really want to enjoy the best of this equinox and to become aware of what are the processes that you're going through right now. We are all in different pages, even in twin flames. Some twin flames are in a moment of self-awareness and aware of changes coming for their the way they service the world, and their chakras ascending. Other twin flames are more into still identifying these egos that are blocking the Akashic records, and so for some of them it's very tough, for some of them is fun and excitement. Yes, and it's the same for all the light workers. Some light workers are having a really bad time right now with ascension, because maybe the last few years they were, I don't know, not paying much attention to inner work. All the light workers are really flourishing and feeling amazing and feeling younger than ever before, feeling healthy than never before. And there is, like I always say to everyone, there must be a coherence. Yes, it's not what you learn in terms of information, but must be a coherence and harmony between what you learn, how you express yourself to the world, and how you feel in your body, and what you do in your daily life. Yes, in the 24 hours of the day. Yes, who you are, what do you do? Like, everything must to be coherent, and the more harmony and coherence you manifest in your life, the most enjoyable your life is. The last bit of this video, I just wanted to talk about the new earth, and remind you that the new earth is not something that will happen when we destroy old earth and we build a new one. It's all about belief system, it's all about collective consciousness. Yes, and for the next 200 years we may have many earths happening, like I put in one of the posts in my last post in social media. Yes, when I wrote in that image, you choose in what earth you want to live. You choose, and you choose it by choosing your thoughts, by choosing your decisions and your judgments. Yes, how you judge yourself and how you judge others, because believe me, you judge yourself in the same way you judge other people. It's impossible to be different. Yes, you may believe you're different, but we are the same with everyone, even if from outside looks different. Believe me that in the subconsciousness, if there is judgment, if you're being judgmental, you are with everything, every aspect of your life. So that the core of it, the root of it, is all the programming in your belief system. Yeah, so, and of course the belief system is your DNA. It's not different. Your DNA is everything. Yep. So for the next few years we will more noticeable the different earths existing, and we felt it during COVID. There were people who had amazing lives during 2020-21, and they never heard about COVID, or they never, and some people were dying and having a horrible time. Yes, so it's gonna be like that, and every time you will see more contrast, because the duality is needed. Is very needed. We live in duality, but in order for us to understand what we want, we need to go through the extremes. So the world, the humanity will go to extremes to make better decisions. Yeah, so don't let the many earths confuse you and make you feel hopeless. Yeah, because in the past we didn't see many Earths. It was only one path, you know, for the most of us. But since 2011, since Gaia started her ascension process, not in 2011, back in the 87, but it was more noticeable in 2011, and all this millennial generation are the ones who are like, yeah, this is happening and this is my creation. And yeah, it's our creation. All the millennials in the world have created this, each of us from their own perspective. They brought their own energy and their own contribution. Yes, but we are all contributing, and of course other generations as well. I'm not letting you leaving you outside, but the millennial generation with that Pluto in Scorpio, they are the people who are like, I don't like this and you're not gonna convince me. So they are the transition. Yes, so we are the transition. So okay, I will finish this video here. I hope I can record another video before I fly to Queensland. I'm so excited because I will be there in Cairns, connecting with all this beautiful information that after all the earthquakes is information being released from the planetary nodes. Yes, so I will be there so close to Papua New Guinea when the last big earthquake happened in there. So it's a lot of information that you guys and myself, we will be channeling, we will integrating and helping us to remember more of who we are and our past life, and to remember how creative we are. So okay, if you want to join Reiki or the retreat, please send me a direct message or an email, or simply visit 5thehealing.com.au. and for those texting me about Akashic Records and chakra healing, is not happening yet. Yes, I will update you with the new not update you, but you know, tell you about the new dates very soon, but it's not happening until chakra healing end of April and Akashic Records from June. Yeah, so thank you very much, and I wish you a beautiful day and happy equinox. Mwah.